Okay, hey, it's Dr. Yates in Chicago with one of my friends here, and this is Hader. This is what he looked like before, okay? And here's a picture of what's showing up here, okay? And what he had was like a little forelock here and hardly any hair on the side. So we added approximately 2,200 grafts to this frontal region. Are you getting up here, Scott?
Yes.
So, and you can see, you know, we did the density 25 to 30 grafts per square centimeters. And I think that's kind of the sweet spot at where the hair grows. A lot of people will come in and say, somebody said they need to put the hair at 50 to 60 grafts per square centimeters. And that's fine if that's what the doctor's sweet spot is, but everybody has their own sweet spot. So you can see his hair looks natural. There's no product in it. And that's why we shoot a lot of videos, because if you just see before and after photos, everybody can look like Brad Pitt, who is not Brad Pitt. I could look like Brad Pitt, okay? Every woman can look like Halle Berry, or Halle Berry, however you pronounce it, with all the filters. So we don't want to give that impression. So, Hader, I'm going to let you talk and just say, has anybody said anything about your hair, or what do you feel about it? Has it helped you? Are you glad you made the decision? And things like that.
Glad that I made a decision, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody realizes that I've had the transplant whatsoever. I actually usually get jaw drops when I tell them, yeah, I actually did have a hair transplant, and they don't believe it. And the funny part is that I can't, like, oh, hey, look at this scar or anything like that, because I have no scar. I literally have to pull up pictures to tell them, yeah, I did have it done. So that's kind of a humorous part to it. So
true. And where, and this is also very important, where did we get the hair from to put up here on your head?
All back here.
Right, on the sides and the back.
On the back, throughout the whole place, yeah.
Right. And so that's important, because a lot of people see pictures of people who are completely bald. Who's seen the Mr. Clean commercial? Like Mr. Clean has the earrings. They see Mr. Clean, and then they see people with full heads of hair. So we got to think about, like, where would that hair come from? Like, suppose we saw Mr. Clean. He couldn't look like you. Where would that hair come from, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have hair somewhere to get hair like this. If he was Mr. Clean, like, he couldn't look like this. The only reason he looks like this is because he had hair, donor hair, on the sides of his hair that's able to move up here. And some people will say, well, how come this hair will stay up here and this other hair is lost? And that's a good question, because genetically the hair on the sides is different than the hair on the top. So no matter where we move that hair will stay. It has nothing to do with your scalp, has nothing to do with wearing hats, has nothing to do with thinking a lot, it has nothing to do with the water. Everything is happening beneath the scalp. So the thing I want you to take away from this video is you can have natural results with like 2,000 grafts to the front, but in order to have any results, you must have donor hair to move. Okay, this is so important. Like building a house. How can you build a mansion if you don't have any bricks? It's like showing up and say, hey, we just built this mansion with no bricks. Hey, how'd you do that? You know, that would be the question to me, you know, magic wand, Harry Potter. But we're not like that, okay? So, Hader, anything else you want to say?
No, just very thankful that, you know, I had this. And
yeah.
It's, you know.
Has it boosted your confidence?
Yeah, you know, for the longest time before the transplant, people would guess my age to be north of 10 years over my age.
And that's not cool.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen anymore.
Good.
So.
And that's important. And that's important. Okay, so I think we've said enough, so come see us. The best way to tell about hair transplants is to see a patient. I don't care how many patients you see on the internet and you try to gauge graft numbers by that patient. It's really meaningless, because your situation is different. The best thing to do is see a patient. This is Dr. Yates in Chicago. Come see us soon.